Welcome back to One Crack News. Now, we see things all the time, but we never get to see it for what it truly is. Here it is, a bunch of black kids kicked out of school because the school they go to says that the students are not wearing proper attire, meaning that they don't have a belt, they're not wearing the proper shoes. But the way the school handled it was absolutely ridiculous. Someone was there to videotape who lived around the block, who lived around the area, who was black, who noticed what was happening at this school. And he recorded it when he saw these kids out of school in school uniforms, hanging around the basketball courts.
You in school, bro? What you in school? Now, wait. Why you in school? Tell me first. Now, tell me, come here. Bro, why you in school?
It's because I got white on my sneakers.
And they say because you got white on your sneakers, you can't get into the school?
Mm-hmm.
What school?
Man, he Thomas.
That's crazy.
And,
but why y'all just leave, though? Why y'all ain't kick that doing?
Everybody was
man, this your school.
Way more than half of the school.
They told half of the school to leave?
The whole school. It's maybe like 30 kids in it. Yo, I text y'all like, yo, we got practice, you never text me back. That's what it was granted that whole week.
Man, we got practice every day, bro. You just lazy. That's why you was lazy to get all black shoes.
Because, like, this is crazy. They just sent all these kids in North to go in the streets because they don't have a belt or all black shoes. No, all the kids are saying the same thing.
They went home to get those things and come back.
Get them from where? Where they getting got them? You know, if I send my child to school and you kick them out of school without letting me know, it's going to be a problem.
Who's your scholar?
Who's the who?
Who's your scholar?
They're all in the park.
So who's your
I
scholar?
don't have all of them are my scholars. I live in North. I live around the corner. I'm at the park working with kids, and I see like 50 children walk into the park saying they can't get into school because they don't have all black shoes. I have a problem. That's saying because they're poor, that you can treat them like that. You would not do this in Livingston. So I have like all these black people sitting here, like, and they're letting them treat our kids like this. I have a problem with it because I cannot send my kids to no school in North, and they kick them out. So, like, where's the principal? They should be at no meeting. This is the only meeting. How you doing, brother? This is the only meeting they should be worried about.
You're familiar with Austin?
I don't care. Should not be in the park. It's homeless people. No, you're too calm. Don't tell me to calm down. You're too calm. You're real talk. I didn't ask to speak to you. You make no policy. I asked for the principal. I asked for the principal. Hey, look, man. No. Don't do that. No, they must answer. Yo, they can have this kid in the streets. No, bro. This is what I'm talking about. You got to talk it up. No, bro. Now, bro, you can't talk to me. They should answer why our kids in the streets. Don't talk to me. Like, this is all black people in here, bro. And y'all kick black kids out into the streets. What do you want them get hurt in the park? It's homeless people sleeping in there. Get them recording you. Because I need a record of this. No, I'm not calm. This is not calm.
How are we going to talk?
This is not. I don't want to talk. I want to talk to who's in charge. And I asked her for the people that's in charge. And she started trying to sidetrack me. Tell me they in meetings. There's no meeting more important than this. Why are these kids in the streets? Why are they in the park?
You need to stop speaking.
Why are these kids in the park? To keep track, to have evidence. Because I don't know what you people will say when I leave here. I don't trust the people that kick our kids into the street. All of you in here are culpable. Who made that policy to kick these kids into the streets? That's what I want to speak to. I don't want to be handled. I don't want to be dealt with. I don't want none of that. Look, where's the principal? Where's the principal? Where's the person that made this policy? Hey, why are these kids in the streets?
I'm right here, sir.
Does he have a scholar?
I don't need a scholar. I live in North. I live around the corner. I don't need a scholar. So if I don't have a scholar, what does that mean? And they're not scholarships. They're in the street. I'm trying to control my anger right now. Because in this country, in this where we at, we're treated like savages. And you people are in control here. And you just send all these kids into the streets. They're in the park. You want to see them? I recorded them too. And they say why they can't come into the school. But you know what?
But you won't let nobody speak.
Yo, because there's nothing to speak about. I don't know why they speak. Why are they in the streets?
If you want to know, we can talk with you.
Why are they in the streets?
So we had a policy about uniform, right? So they had to come in full uniform.
Yes.
We actually sent out notices.
Yes.
We made telephone blast. We actually had parent meetings about what they needed to come in. Some of the students didn't come in full uniform. Therefore, when they come back, if they come back in full uniform, we don't have a problem with them coming in. Not a problem at all.
Okay, so you still, but even if they came in without the property, let's say they didn't have the uniform, and let's say they didn't have the uniform, they walked into the school. You telling me their uniform is enough for you to kick them out into the streets of North?
We didn't kick them out.
No, they're not in the school. We're not gonna play word games. Their uniform is enough for them not to get entrance into the school. They're not allowed to enter back until they go get what you want them to get.
So that's what they're saying. And it's mostly blacks that are in this school running it, sending black kids out into the streets because they don't have the proper uniform. They don't have a belt. They don't have the right shoes. And a lot of that falls on the parents. The parents, they sent letters, they sent everything throughout the summer telling you to make sure your kids have these. But I guarantee you, nowhere on that letter did they say they're going to kick your kids out in the street or they won't be allowed in school, period. You're setting yourself up for a major disaster because if something happens to these kids when you let them tell them they can't come into school, when the parents drop their kid off at school, they're trusting you with their child. That means everything to them, supposedly. So now, when you drop them back off, like let's say that's it. It's over. So after this, they're going to drop the kids off, and then you don't notify them. You don't notify the kid that you're going to just send them out in the streets. Then what? Most of these kids probably don't even, they probably don't even, walk to school. They probably get driven or dropped off at school. So now they got to try to call a parent or somebody to pick them up. And most of the kids, they want to hang out with the kids in the park for a while before they go back. You're talking to some kids that don't really care. They don't really care if or what happens to them. Like going back to school, they're like, you don't get to go to school, bet. Kids outside, they get to play. They like, okay, this is great. But let's say it's a lot of homeless people, like they say, that sleep in the park. They could have grabbed one of the kids, could have hurt one of the kids. You don't want to take that risk being somebody who's running a school. And why is this happening in this situation? It's just crazy. It's just really crazy. And for me, I'm more baffled by the situation than anything, because I can't believe like they would do that to some people that's not of age. You just don't send them home. You would have to notify them. So, that's all I know. I mean, we can go back and forth with this situation. I just find that to be just shocking that it's not on CNN, it's not on Fox News, not on ABC. Nobody's really talking about it. So I just find it shocking. Y'all tell me how y'all feel or what you think about it. I'm out.